Steven.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Just another day. How you doing?
That's great to hear. Did you get a chance to fill out the ABC model homework that I gave you last session?
Yeah, I've been busy, but I was able to do most of it today.
Okay. Would you like to go over that today?
Yeah, if we could run through real quick.
Okay. So, the ABC. So we have the activating agent, the belief, and then the consequence. So what did you put for the activating agent, the environmental factor that pushed you to start smoking again?
Well, mostly it was due to COVID. I mean, obviously, this whole situation did hard on everybody, but I'm maintenance. I'm in the maintenance department, so I'm at a cold storage warehouse doing a lot of forklift work. So things are always breaking down. So I mean, foolishly, I had my hours set up to my overtime, and once my hours got cut due to hardships, obviously my bills became an issue. So it just kind of stressed me out. So I mean, I just got back into smoking. I haven't done it in a minute, but yeah. So it's just
So it was really COVID, and then losing hours during your job, and then the lack of money.
Exactly.
Okay. So then, for the belief that I had you write, or the belief that you came up with for, like how you view your smoking, what did you come up with for that?
Oh, it's just an outlet. It's a coping device. It's just something. It's an excuse to get away. Just like a break, like a quick break. It's one of those things that kind of our society accepts. It's like, oh, when we have a smoke break, all right, go outside, step outside, get some fresh air, and play on my phone, have a cigarette. About 5 minutes. One of those things.
So it's pretty accessible to use at your work?
Oh yeah, I mean with any type of trades, anything mechanical, like if I'm working on a forklift or any type of project and it's frustrating, maybe I bust a knuckle on something, or like it's just something I can't get into place. Like all right, I'll be right back, get back to it, have a cigarette, clear my mind. It's pretty common.
So it sounds like maybe whenever you get a little bit like irritated or aggravated at work, you take a smoke break?
Yeah.
So it's kind of your outlet.
Yes, definitely.
And then, what are some of the consequences that you came up with for yourself if you continue to smoke?
Well, ironically, I'm going through a financial hardship, but like I'm a heavy smoker, so I smoke a pack a day. So I mean, a pack a day is depending on what brand, it's usually about $6. So I mean, $6 times 5 days a week. I mean, obviously, I smoke also outside of work, so it's also the weekends as well. So I mean, it's one of those things that like I'm in a financial struggle, but then I'm also like kind of shooting myself in the foot by buying an additional burden just to make myself feel less stressed out. So yeah, and then on top of the financial burden, I put myself at a physical health risk. And everybody knows cigarettes cause cancer. That's not a debate anymore. So it's just long term or even possibly short term. Like cancer is always looming around the corner. As long as every smoker knows this. It's just something that we live with. Right.
So it kind of sounds like, on one hand, you realize the consequences and how it's affecting your money and your long-term health, but on the other hand, it's an easy coping skill. It's accessible. You can do it at work.
Yeah, it's an acceptable vice, like no one's really gonna be like, I mean, obviously, like unless it's like family members that care, like no one's gonna really be like, oh, she's gonna have a smoke break, because I mean, a lot of people do it. A lot of people smoke.
So I know in our previous session you mentioned to me that there is a period of time where you quit smoking. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, I quit smoking. I'm a combat veteran, so I mean, I've had stresses before, but due to the VA having a decent healthcare plan and all that, they gave me some free nicotine gum, and I was getting into a new field due to my GI Bill, so I was diving, and like anyone knows that like if you're diving or you're doing anything in the water, your cardio needs to be on point. So I'm at this stage. I was at the stage of my life where it's just like I can't run a mile a day and still smoke a pack of cigarettes and not bother me. So I figured I might as well, start taking care of myself. So I quit smoking, and I did that due to the upcoming job. I no longer work that anymore. So being in the maintenance department or warehouse, you don't move around, just tinkering, using your hands. So the whole cardio thing, like it just I quit smoking, and then it just kind of stuck with me. But due to COVID, obviously, like I started smoking again because of it stressing me out. But the whole needing to be in shape wise and cigarettes bothering me is not really an issue anymore because I'm going through
Sure. So during that time where you weren't smoking, like how did you feel about that? Were you proud of that decision?
Oh, very proud, very proud.
Okay.
Yeah, it felt good. You know, it's just easier on the wallet also, but like it was I didn't notice because I didn't use it. I wasn't stressing as bad.
So do you still have those same feelings now that you are smoking again?
I mean, further on into the year, yes. I mean, further on as of now, at the beginning of all this, like it was more of a problem, like, but I mean, it's starting to get better now that
Okay.
it's more of like manageable.
Okay. Well, that definitely sounds like something that we could build on.
Mhm.
So, it sounds like before you quit smoking because your job just wouldn't, like your athletic ability for your job, it wasn't
Yeah, that's-
maintainable for you
right,
to keep
it's just I
smoking.
couldn't physically on the decline as the older I get.
So, it sounds to me like you are thinking about quitting, is that correct?
I mean, I would love to quit, yeah,
Okay.
but like it's an addiction, you know.
Yeah, well, that's a really great place to start.
Right.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you did decide to quit, where 1 is not confident at all, you don't think you could quit, and 10 is you feel almost certain that you could, where do you fall right now?
I'd say I'm about a 6.
Okay.
About a 6 right now.
About a 6. So a little bit more than just stuck in the middle.
Right, yeah, I
Kind
can.
of
Yeah.
leaning towards making that
If
first
I
step.
really like, you know, bunkered down, got a hold of myself, and like made an effort, I could definitely. I feel like I could. It's just more of like a not really want to, but like I need to, and I know that I need to.
Yeah, that's understandable. You know, nicotine is a drug. It's addictive, so that wanting to quit but not wanting to quit is really common.
Yeah.
So, what made you pick a 6 on the scale instead of maybe say a 2 or a 3?
Well, like I said, when all this first started, like once my hours were getting cut, like it was a new thing, so like it was a new stress. So I would say at the beginning, the first few months, like it was at a 2 or 3, because it's just like, oh, I gotta figure out these new bills, gotta run my credit up, I got these loans, I'm adding additional financial burdens, but I mean, as you go on throughout the year, because like all this went down and all this started in March of this year, and like it's November now, and coming on December. It's pretty much December, so it's just like obviously you adjust your finances, your budget to it. So now it's more of it's just like, well, I'm smoking cigarettes again. Like it's part of like my budget. So yeah, so like that's why at the beginning it was 2 or 3. It's just getting gray hairs. But now so much it's more of just like, I smoke cigarettes again. you know.
Okay. So it's just getting out of that habit.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's just a habit at this point.
So if we could go back to that belief that you had about smoking earlier, that it's an easy way to relieve your frustration, it's accessible to you at work, it kind of helps you relieve stress about your financial situation. Do you think that belief is accurate or helpful to you?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that I can do it. I can be done with it if I want.
Okay.
And it's just a matter of like, hey, things are okay. I mean, I know the situation. It's just a matter of finding my way out of the financial hole at this point. But yeah, it's doable.
Well, as we go on with our sessions, I'd really like to work on those beliefs that you stated.
Yeah.
See if we can try to turn it into something more positive, find some coping skills that work really well for you. I think that's all the time that we have today, but I'm really looking forward to our next session, and I think we really made some progress here today, and I'm really looking forward to working with you and hopefully getting to a place where you aren't smoking anymore and you replaced it with something else.
Okay. All right. That
Thank
works for me.
you.
Yep. All right.